Ardwacha, Pat an Arde, agus an Emmer Trasúl, agus Shahiad Ardwacha, Shelley, agus Kick Sayer, Gnohe, Anna Hafig, Pad, and Son, again Hall, Ohanrachtig. Kick Sayer, Halistian, again Hall Ohanrachtig, agus Kick Sayer, Puntenemy, Sabestik, dan Dine, Shachtau Meder. Puntenemy, Egimmer, Mike the Behe, Dietla. With the staff again, Polo Shank, John with the card nugget, Hadder, O'Sullivan, Hameen the Hall is ready. Harris said, Kick Polish, Dinta, and Hameen the Hall, Martin, Kick Fair, the front enemy, Agus, Trevor O'Blashne, Stollum, hope we can count them. Agus from Yet Pauline and Son, again, front enemy, Trevor O'Blashne, or Kick Fair.
That's exactly what Meath wanted, a quick score just to settle their nerves, and it's fairly obvious even at this stage that Armagh just very, very tense. It's their first All-Ireland playing in Croke Park. It's a big occasion.
And yet, what I can show, lady, that may take a shot. Here, Ardwacha, Agus and Baltasar, ik there, no here, ik me hollow handrachtig. Agus Barra O'Hogoin, I hope we can count it. Barra O'Hogoin, Stefani O'Hogoin, Holcahar, Stachajo, Emil the Carnoige. So now McKean, a 4 of the stick. Come up, the receive, the food McLeam. The food, Edidalo, the Pepe Brew. Welche, Roada, it hit the live edition. Parish and Meath Shacharon. Here up the Mahoid Vic Liamanson.
You can never be too sure, of course, at minor ranks whether players will go forward to the senior grade, but Conor Wilson has shown great potential as an attacking halfback. I'm sure you're going to see a lot more of him during this All-Ireland final.
Golvihil, the Morgan, the Cheshire, the Kappa, the Dasson, the German Macaburstin, the Rest of his Sarah Hawker, although Handrachtig is half the Gaudit. The Registic the Pony, Dave Van O'Tony, and the Cheshire the Report, but on a V and Scott for it, a Jimmy Ardwacha and Liam. I got Mar on the V, Honey Chestack, the Sohela Canis Homa. A Hepid and count them, count so. I got Martian, kick him up, but we'll void it to me. Sleep round on, Omrahu, and Squalnum Roher, and not trim. I got Dimmer Cheshire, the soccer, fish here. Full, Amerik. I got special overholen that the menu the race into food. Master Lord Portiston, Master Cadet against Yermado Pia, the Faro of Shiradoin. What is that? The Lord Macaway, like a several blashne. Shahe Macaway. The hit of blashne, deed of the now Meath. I got Martian, Bishop, Lord Baha. I shouldn't get the hall in and son. Again, Paul Macanolfic. Bara hen is this opposed again. Seamus Macau and stick the Pony. It's a mark to the law Portuguese. Master Gadas again. Kirano Hartoin. Deputy Padro Sullivan. Shohem Captain. The chef goal. Vida. It is there, Mika.
Yes, Micheál, Meath have settled very well in the opening few minutes, and Peter O'Sullivan, very much the danger man for the Meath team, just sending that to the right and wide. But good play by Meath so far.
Agus dech ná I midóid anna fríine, Peter O'Sullivan, Raspel Seshu, the Closh, the Reen Vic for a mine. Agus the Afrihaid Sean, a gimmer, Krishna Minúid, and Ochtau Kuki, the Ochtau Shea. Agus Dimmer Shaheen, Mike Nahastrali, a Shaktir, and the Nick the Kukalai, the Shaheen, Ardwacha. Agus Here, Emlyn de Bratoon, Lech Orhe. I got 6 there and son, no he hit, you get Paul Macanolfic. I got Lech Hoopel issue, that is Justin, past the sit on it. Avlar Portke, Barra O'Hogoin. Stachajo, Emil the Carnoige. Full body, down number of pool, went to make a shoot for the Barra O'Shiradoin. Here Barra. Went to make the Seamus Macau. Got here up to Macau. Táirithe go mí halló hanrachtaigh. Sin bíad a hála ige gurí deachúna maití ige steachú ina a tarlaige agus well an mí dearach bhí an sanne Ardmagh.
Well, that is a terrible miss for Armagh because Des Mackin won possession, great vision, and the marking by Meath here was appalling. Now this should have been a goal. Decided to fist it and send it agonisingly to the right and wide.
Well, ní bheith déadlán ótónid róhásta lei sin agus thugnómatí gcuile imar a mithe agus ní bheith Ardmagh róhásta leis a chuirid ach anna gis chórála churamú an sannacha. Anna bháil san éir an san ag bara ó hágáin. Agus rud éigen ráite leis an moltóid a dhéireann. I rutisteach a réanód kick sair de Ardmagh mar ó hágáin lan an ail. Agus tá tusaithe is stig sa cear nóig an adóg séite agus sémas Prior agus kick amach sa chunta na Meath. Catín gréine chun hácha ige brandán ó mar a fún. Réana taineh rindíide isteach na gáthúil diad lechansa. Seohé a charad blion ige brandán ag imar le menúil na Meath. Anna dhearach amach a Joe Lár na fáilte bhuiilte le na háran ige fól macráine an capléin ag tána bhla geúna maití agus bara ó héan san agus sémas macáil ná dheachan sé chéile. Kick saibh líne de chunta na Meath agus sémas macáin a thócad an ceanta. Sémas macáin deas líon na chairim scoil Virginia. Mach a Joe bara ó hágáin dí Píhín a chol cehar Píhín a cha roiad at héna láid isise. Chóimar deas ó bara go dí Píhín chol cehar iad an restacha ach in éan le an cúlaí gotá.
Armagh settling a little bit better now, and of course the halfbacks love to attack, but on this occasion Kevin O'Hagan sending it to the wrong side of the post.
Talístean sa mga lát páisce é Diarmaid ó Fia agus kicksair nóthe ag a siú a chunta na Meath. Ceanníisiil is deachtarí caimín de hall é buinte a tú agus seohé bara ó hágáin. Anna dhearach ó bara ag mána ó tónid agus talísteanta ar gasú nó maití.
I think it's noticeable actually that Declan Toner, the Armagh corner forward, at the moment is getting the slightly better of the battle with James Smith. And every ball that's gone into the corner forward position, Declan Toner seems to be the man that's capable of getting the breaks.
Seohé Neil McGilloch in éin agus an chéad scór de Ardmagh.
Only just reward really, Micheál, because Armagh have settled in the last 3 or 4 minutes, and certainly they've had about 3 wides, I think. So they finally had to get a score out of it, all that pressure.
Mar sin cóidmhaoithe ag Ardmagh suas le léinómatí imar a mithe na fórne ar cóharach. Cúlín ag a chunta na Meath agus cúlín ag Ardmagh. Kick, já fada. Machta go deas an son ag caimín de hall for a garad. Áirithe go deas ag Píhín ó hágáin. Chunta na Meath getting bullied in onsaí a rís. Anna bháil an son ag Emlyn de Bratún agus kicksair nóthe ag Emlyn Ardmagh. Emlyn i dtíar ag bhla go dtí ó maití nach Seán ó Brádig róbhaga an bálsa. Bara ó hágáin go hálan go dtí Neil McGilloch in éin agus seansa go Neil ar a thuisteach. Ó bud sí táirithe go deas ag Declan ó tónid amach go dtí Diarmaid mac a bhuistin agus talís bíanta an son Sa, Hallie Stienta. No kick cool better gestahad beide, kick cool better gestahad. Ebe gaun de Ardwacha. Ach, de gooid maakt tegen met score hele vachte Ardwacha.
Yeah, it looks like that Armagh have certainly settled another score on here, and Niall McLean going through that time, even despite it being the half lockdown, Declan Toner was allowed too much space entirely. The marking by the left corner back at the moment at least leaves a lot to be desired from a Meath point of view.
Neil McGillow in een, Beshé Derek Coolin Elagol. Ah, Roada, et here no one did. Neil McGillow in een en son, definitely in a skull na Padraig or Bachan, the scrape Beshé Derek Goetige. Agus Shahid, Minchir or Bacha, Agus Raunoidi, Agus Kirillage, Agus. Imini or here, a lot of the way. Anna Wall and son again, Gerbert Macabushkin, Anna Felidori show, Agus kick there, no Hege, Joseph McTighe again in Halisha, Agus will Anim Joseph or Street because Sheamus Fryer, Yal Roka will. Here Anim offers the Laura Geshemus Fryer, Joseph again Halisha and son and Gerbert Macabushkin.
Diarmuid Marsden has proved, certainly in the province of Ulster, probably being one of the best underage footballers to come out of the province, never mind out of Armagh. And he's beginning to settle and causing problems for Joe Tighe, and Joe Tighe being booked by the referee now.
Neil McGillow in een reach, die rijdt ik de Shoshenip, had die ene Shen Baltasha. Agus de reach, die is de beste van Baltasha.
Niall McLean, usually fairly reliable, but at the moment just not getting the accuracy right. It's very disappointing, and this could affect his confidence, and could well mean that Armagh mentors may have to just change their free takers unless Niall gets the next one and gives himself a bit of confidence.
Well, Dimmer and Tarson, Gomata, Comorta Straha, for say Kahado Yeg, Gomorta Straha Yolo, Gomorta the Wig, or Baha, Afanicha, Hocreen, Tiana, and Ethel, and Ilfidisa. Neville O'Brien, Walnut Heidi, Hamid the Hall, Regaras the Shoes, Midas, the Polo Shanty, all draw here after four. Shahe and Carla Portke, Yermido Fia. Max the Gadas to get Paul Macanoltic. All the Eric Evola with Neil McGillow in aim.
A bit harsh, I must say, Micheál. I thought that the ball was just off the ground slightly. A bit unfortunate for Niall McLean.
Agus sé Polo Shantig, a hoping counter. Immerin sé siúd. Hill is it wel nog, a good enemy, and a flop. Op kienne le, ein Stafford. Stafford is all I can throw get the pool mark Liam. After the last part, because I should get the fantastic bara over going. Bara der in wolle gedien dat doen naar Makien. Sanne Brodig, Rimishamach, wint toch ik keer met Macabush in de race. Aan het verder doen. Ja, de Stafford, de gaan loodje. Maar kijk, der gets op, pak het vaste gedeftige. Bara O'Sheridan. En Townsend get on to the medium, and Shahid Hamid the Hall. Hamid of Wallace up the Hall with his Febro Blashne, Lenny Kitoi, Kitap and Balbus.
It's a good response by Meath, because Diarmuid Marsden, who was cutting through, good defending by Meath, they stood their ground, and from the counter-attack, ball coming in from Cayman Hall into Trevor Giles, and he did well, turned, but just to the right and wide.
Bara O'Sheridan, all is Jonah Pellin. Went to Gahishal, good Hamid the Hall. In there, we said Derek Philip O'Dig, and went Martha. Hit Philip, I was Shahid. But here's Ardwacha, with the Stafford, Neil McGillow in aim. Here's Matt O'Neill. That's to Ardwacha, Stefan on my team. Starting with a dog hole, and the Hilakanish, it was the wall of the Alphastiga. We're going to step the wall, it did a multoid, the knock, faded, Agus Martin, kicks there, start back.
I'm now quite satisfied that's the beauty of having Diarmuid Marsden and Des Mackin. They're able not to alone send in the ball low and fast, but they're also able to send it in high, and Mackin on that occasion just getting the better of John Brady.
Agus Diarmuid Macabushkin, Hogan Hogan na kick in the Sarah, Congroch and goal, like a shot count half Congroch, oh, and that's the Germit. Agus Colleen,
Interesting point, Emmy Hall, that they did in fact change their free taker because Niall was just not having any luck. So Dermot Marsden takes over the free taking and gets his first point.
Agus ort score Ollie, har a fantastic flash to Holomoin, o team Tag, agus Beshe Okohohin, that's the menu the reached and the extra point. Agus, was she a father let go Canish, a Gordon Vic Rory, Agus, and Giat Colleen, I'm she again, or Baching Keen, Agus, Caro the Click Emerimihe, Canaway, roll order, and Father He Karu, or Bachas together. Another wall, Sonair and Son, you hold McRoyne and Captain. Duno McKean agus Tallis against the Sean O'Brod again. Shadow Shade again Multoid agus Dishille the Yermit Mackabush Dinny Captain.
The problems that Roscommon had with Des Mackin are being reflected here again because Mackin is beginning to dominate now at the edge of the square. And Armagh mentors should be congratulated. They decided to take action very quickly with their free-taking problems.
Yermit Mackabush Dinny Reach agus Balderson, 8 o'clock.
Well, that's a major blow now to their prospects and indeed to their confidence, and it won't do Armagh any good whatsoever. This should have been put over. 20-metre line, an easy enough free. He sends it incredibly to right and wide.
Agus gan a chluhe hen, Chomach agus the Lord being a tour, the Madistul can afford chluhe in the minutia, ach Caru the Flick, Emihe, agus gan the Ford the Sutton she's a gap. So had you ever got the Bush in the Paul McRoyne, and Yannigan Captain in either. Agus well a reached Kitap and get Paul McRoyne. The Bishop lost the name of the ship.
It's a total of 6 wides now for Armagh, and certainly if they don't get their shooting boots in order, they're going to be kicking away this All-Ireland minor title. Far more chances for Armagh, Micheál, really, to be realistic, than Meath.
Ford na gwi hiko agus selle agus ganed ach Colleen Hoin Pinky. Reached Paul McRoyne and Captain Balderson, Duno McKean and Captain Master. Agus Tallis against the Gentleman, the Devil Multoid. Asha, this skinny cast against again. Hope you got topic. Agus Chanted Paul against Duno McKean. Oh, Bob Oil and Son against Brown down on what a hole. It out the father Balderson Brown down. So here, Barra O'Hogoin. Agus Cadiganic Barra, a reach is for it.
Well, that's an incredible miss by Armagh. That's 2 goals, really, I would put down to Armagh in this first half, and on both occasions they missed it. Great thinking by the Armagh players to give the quick free, and brilliant goalkeeping by Brendan Murphy. Superb goalkeeping, came out and advanced. That should inspire Meath now. You can look at it from any angle, and really Des Mackin should have buried this. Probably had too many options and too much time, and Brendan Murphy, well, fair play to him, great save.
Kick save line, Ardvacha agus Canen Arlo og hefna skorene, Krivin og Hogoin. Agus Teshig and Neil McGill in ein. It is all over, agus Cotton Toyd in the Meath team for it. Shahe, Yermit Mackabushkin, agus like it or shoot, agus the whole match liam Titty his and now Mika. Bachta Inishigas, Bara or Shiradoin. Here up to the move, the Shahemi Hollow hand of six, agus Tallis against the Envy Hall.
Sorry, Micheál, I was just going to say there that Niall McLeanan is coming in to take over the free-taking duties again. So obviously Dermot Marsden, who has in fact picked up an ankle injury, but despite that I think they probably decided to give Niall just one more lash at it.
Gedierig, agus Nedierig maar ha, Neil hoop ik een counter. Weet je, agus had meerder nog maar mag gewoon goed.
McLeanan is back in business. That's his second point for Niall McLeanan. That's 2 points for him and 1 point for Dermot Marsden, 3 overall for Armagh. So it's interesting, Micheál, that despite their brilliant performance against Roscommon, that their points so far have all come from place balls.
agus mar bhí sé rá bhíidir a rás fad sa chéad le a cha ní a bheith tarna le cho má chéanach bhí áard fil a fadagin annach chaidán feilis a chéad lechan son a chu naid rustamáin. Ach se héad chun mí agus chun mí i mi hebh an sgaflahead ar imiríidir sa chréamh agus mi stechan son bhí Pedro Súlemáin áard chusí a Pedro deach mar gin sé lí stechan son agus cholín deach a Pedro.
That's an excellent point by Peter O'Sullivan, and that just shows you the way Meath are playing at the moment, because certainly their first half performance, despite the fact that they're being dominated midfield and half-back line, every time they attack, they're causing problems. Great work by O'Sullivan here, and not afraid to have a go. An excellent point. Only 1 point between the sides, despite Armagh's dominance.
Agus cyn play Deno Muthi Pocket, Casiad left. After the hall in reached and son get Paul McRoy now. He have wake because Shahid took in the me with Gerano half down. Then he will look at the Macgalaweel. Macgalaweel against Barra O'Sheridan after it. Pedro Sullivan. $100 to get Pedro. Agus Smith. Noidi in the me. Nach de first in the race, because Kaviana Shem Baltasa, and a contour of the Gaulish staff, and a Pauline down.
That's the first bit of action that would show the potential in this Armagh side. Delight amongst their supporters. But it was a ball that came from out of defence, gave it quickly to Declan Toner, giving it to Dermot Marsden and over the bar.
Machgadi Lord Poitke went to reach and the Goran to get Paul McRoy. Shahe, Pedro Glashni, the cousins, the Punta Meath, the Carnala, went to Stafford, Pedro Sullivan against the Meath with the Paul McGillivray. And Adolf Shady, and Multoid, I guess 6 tired, the Punta Meath. Pedro Glashni, a hoping counter.
It was a lovely bit of action actually by Peter O'Sullivan, who laid it off to Gareth Bell. Lovely little flick, one of the great skills in Gaelic football, but the referee maintaining that Peter was being pushed by Eddie Martin at the time.
So head Trevor against the Uncle Shub, Rona, it's a fool, and they put enemy, they should see to the shot out post, the Hook Raha, and we have a lot of play. Big Trevor overholen dat de menu de reached en deze goeie. Daarom de feet met deze. Job, Almeiden, Gulve Heel en Lorgan. Die teacher have went to the Solar Park again. Okay, here we go see it. The Trevor of Lashley. In it, Trevor, here star of it. Polo Shantik and Cotton Toy against the Hanish Pavelche, Aharish, Moada, and Demo.
Great defending by Armagh, the break coming out to the right half back, Paul Shanky. And he got inside the defence, really should have possibly put it over the bar. Unlucky.
I guess kick just Garrett and Johnson against an Hall or Wacha, and Madame Martin, and Joe Law Poitke. Kick there, Gnohe and Son, again. Dermot O'Fia, the Hunt enemy. Dermot is definitely in the King's Hospital, King's Hospital in back there. Kiana got a Declan against Tommy Carr, that's let it. Take it, Joe. I'm on the car now again. On it wall, a fad is taken son again. Badlaw Portke, Barra O'Hogoin. It's in the end of the Barra, the German Nakabushkin, a wicked about to get Pena O'Cantor. Shahe O'Cantor. I guess a Durish Festor. Well, Rolag did it. Starting the feet of Marish. I guess Eric Suit saw him son again. McGillivray in this sheriff. Agus Harrison Lean Shakaro.
I like the spirit of this Meath team in this All-Ireland final because despite really being outplayed, they're beginning to show that belief in themselves. They're harassing and chasing, and Darian Whitmarsh, the Armagh goalkeeper, being put under pressure. That's the sort of good play by forwards that's often unnoticed by the supporters and fans.
Anna Wall tonight the reach and about it in the game hollow hand up thick. Shahemi Hall reach. That's the gouded Barra O'Hogoin. Barra a ball in the side of the Yamano Saroin. They've gone out on it, it's over. And we have waken from long Paulinson. Don O'Brodick. Shahe Sean, Wilson Mahagashoot. Harris Lord the first game, it's the goal, which they shoot right. Agatanish, Girano Harstoin. Adro Sullivan and Lane of the Hall in Son. Ramun of Kaide Anayat. Agatania, Trevor Oglash, take a chance to get a Trevor. Agat Hill, Harrison, Lane and Son. And kick him up at the own, Ginche Kalish, Agat kick him up.
Peter O'Sullivan is going to be a player of true class because he's able to win the ball and he's also able to use great intelligence. But Trevor Giles picking the ball off the ground according to the referee, a little bit unlucky. I just thought it might have been slightly off it, but I don't think Meath will have too many complaints about it at the same time.
Martin Rochulin, Mariscoid, Gordbacher, Agus Shilling Rap, Sinomati Billy, the Lehammer, Untenami, Edenunsi, Hadro Sullivan, Agus, inside, Rafaka Dassa reached again. Yamano Martin, is the other guest up. Dian Pohra Castle in Ishagas, kicks there, Gnohi Henson, like a Kirano Harstoin.
Kieran Harton doing very well to win that free, and it certainly gives Meath an opportunity here now to reduce Armagh's lead to just 1 point.
Shahed, Trevor O'Glashnin. Colleen Yvonne and Shahigadis again. Agus and Padla Colleen again, Trevor.
Good free taken by Trevor Giles, taking the opportunities with style and with ease, in stark contrast to Armagh's free taking in the first half.
And a wall of reach again, Volma Croyne. In the Odan Lloyded, Agus, Custom Toy, Agus, the sister has son, Agus, well, the police should be on the boy down. Agus, Nickel, Baltours, and Immer, Solidai. Agus, over the Neville O'Dean and Felagog in the Yeg. That could he come in the hall and he will shoot. Hadro Sullivan the reach, on a quarter, Makari Pilibode, like a Shahid Pilip. He did give Wallagari Makaway, that saw his dig again, that in the feet of Medish. Once the Mak, like a shoot. The Martin, it's a lot of the Potkin, Untanami, Solid and Unsi reach. Shahid, Vara Oshiradine. Corner hit, you get Yamano Martin. You can see Cornelius to Deputy, but he's left on board. Paul McAnulty. That's Uno McKean. You got Kalish Diense, Yasoon. Kalish Diense again. Long Pauline and me, Sean O'Brodick. Neil McGillett in I hope we can count the talk. Pauline, I'm sure he Neil Gadisa. Neil McGillett in I, negus Anna Pauline again Neil.
Great point by Niall McLeanan. And the corner forward doing what he should have been doing at the start, now got his confidence back. It's 5 points to 3. And just coming up to the half-time whistle, I think Armagh will be a little bit disappointed that they're only 2 points in front. They're playing with the wind. And if you're a Meath supporter, well, I think you should be reasonably happy going in at the half-time whistle.
mar a chó, mar machcarí lápáisce, agus Shahéad Ardvacha bara ó hé, Dierig Dollisteach le cinethe roáda ag go bara. Agus mar sin kicksair a chunta na Meath. Mac Gilahil a bhla go tapig agus an lád cholaí Eamon ó Martin a cecht amach go hana hapig. Shahéad Seamus McCallum. Seamus agus besta dierig is stop. Sarah Henson again Micheál Ó Handrachtig. Leanna Kitoi, get in left of them boy. Agus Teshinish, the full Magadol Flicker. Oh, big Erin Montoy. Well, full Magadol Flickerson.
The Meath players are saying that it was a shoulder-to-shoulder charge. I don't think it was, to be perfectly honest. It was straight into Paul McNulty's chest, and no question whatsoever that it was a free for Armagh.
Martin, Corleish, Ochor, et Paul McNulty. That's Liam, Minister Namroher, and O'Keen Traw. Lavaun, Ranatherste, Buisigate, Agus, the hopeful issue Justin, aha, a master, Vironid. Paul, Agoni, Eridalov, Agus, Corleish, Ochore, Agus, Shinitana, Lillehammer.
Here's the incident again as Paul McNulty came in. John Brady hitting him straight into the chest. A combination of elbow and shoulder, and no doubt whatsoever that it should have been a free for Armagh.
Neil McGillough in Ian, Beshedieric and Caro Pauline Oil, Ehenig. Augustin Dianza again.
And the scoreboard now reflecting Armagh's dominance, particularly in the midfield half-forward line, and that scoreline doing the Ulster champions a little bit of justice now. Interesting spectator here is, of course, the Donegal manager, Brian McAleer.
Agus Lehama an sa a Barca Profig, agus Ardvacha Champagne, Shekolini, ag Ardvacha, Shekolini, ag a Punta na Meath.
Experience the rest of the Dublin players, as I said, just having to assemble a couple of hours before the game. Tommy Carr, the Dublin captain, what an anxious man he will be this afternoon, and Tommy so determined to repeat the performance of his brother Declan, who lifted the Liam McCarthy last year for Tipperary, and Jerry Horgan, of course, very experienced full-back of the Dublin team, going through there as well. The rest of the Dublin team making their way into Croke Park then just a little earlier on. So as Eamon here he goes through then, let me go back to Colm O'Rourke with reference to the minor match then, Colm, and well, I suppose it's not a great first half from a Meath point of view, but it's not as bad as it could have been.
No, Meath could have been out of it at this stage because Armagh were much the better team and they had several opportunities of points, and then Brendan Murphy made a very good save for a goal, and Declan Toner also had a bad miss when he could have been in for a goal. So Meath have crept back slightly into it, and they got a couple of scores to bring them back, but those 2 points that Armagh have got just before half-time.
Leaving at Croke Park, Martin Shovlin, of course, will be with him, Brian McInnes there as well, but Martin, a very disappointing day for him as his colleagues to go through there and get waiting for their very big day. Declan Bonner, of course, falling forward on the team, making his way to Donald Reid. Much will depend on his shoulders at half-back in this team this afternoon.
But in the mean, it's fortunately hit the two because he said Shekolini from Derry. Also it, Pat an Ardigan, who's current listen Pantala. What's in the mean, if you're like done, I don't see, after Pepe Horror, like Shahéad Ardvacha, the Casuno McKean, like a kick there, no Higa, and a happy get pad, the Ardvacha.
You're playing against the breeze, of course, in the second half. The first free, if you can put it over the bar, is a psychological boost. So for Niall McLean, a little bit of a pressure kick and a very important one.
Kerikeen the Cholini, I'm Shihit, again Neil, good Lisa. Well, my Podrick, Ardvacha. Rayaf Deshadia, Gwitiga, Augustin Townsend, Token Anna Yasser Fadigan.
That's possibly the most important kick of the whole afternoon, because playing against the breeze, Meath obviously coming out on full power, all fired up, and you concede an easy enough free and you concede a point, well then it's Armagh's advantage.
Well, Morabunnan agus an Fiedla, na di vi check tach a dus na himra, a haid bredig hele. Saus pakkehe e de frunnes, agus inis, ta hoeki in de cholini, aimsje higge. An de eerig, om goal beide, en mag Harris Lord de pootje, daar higge destig, en mi hallo hanrachtig. Die Paul mag een ultig. Agus eerig Paul, daar higge. Want ze gemaakt leen de horen, ik shan op brodig, en mag voor die Diermid of vier. Zo heet Diermid. Agus. Kijk zeer, a hoeft ik een molto is, de oordwagen.
He's not very happy at all, and I don't blame him. He's looking for a colleague to be freer a lot quicker.
Dat is nog maar één, en mag voor die barra oho gaan. Die Paul mag rijden. Paul, agus de eerig toe zorgen. Agus net sever ook glas, net passend, maar wie dat wel heel erg is. Tarna leggen die Padro Sullivan, Padro die er gewoon steffen kan. Die maken al, die makkelijke wheel, agus aan de lage gaat, of die rood makkelijke wheel en Balderson.
You talk about wastage by Armagh in the first half. That was a terrible waste by Garrett Bell. A beautiful ball sent in by Peter O'Sullivan. Garrett Bell finding it difficult to control it. He had Cayman Hall, decided to go it alone, but it wasn't either a shot at a goal or a point. Terrible waste.
Townsend, mag de gedas, to get time in the hall. Wil te maken die Polo Shanty. Diermid ook vier. Zo heet Diermid. Dus dat, het zo'n pool, en het pool in daar.
This is a man that's very much geared up because if Armagh are going to win, or if Meath are going to win rather, Jerry Hunt is certainly beginning to play inspired stuff at midfield because it took a lot of heart. First the ball was blocked down, he was lucky enough that it bounced back and he had another go. And a great point by Jerry Hunt.
Agus o'r dar ladoige, agus o'r dar gal e choma. Hindi sila gwein column kille, canon y smŵr. Daar heb ik het tegen Polo Shanty. Mag je die Diermid of vier reis, dan moet je tappen gehogen. En je mag Harris de vliene in de mooier. Als je kijkt de vliene, de oordwagen. Dan geldt het je mag je Diermid of vier, of wel column kille en Balderson.
Interesting that the mentors on the sideline are getting so sophisticated that they're now using walkie-talkies, Mihal.
Anach Weil and son. Kijk, hoe verder ik gestahad, de oordwagen, zullen. Die Colini, er is naar voren, er gaan naar iets. Voor Colin, aan het ze, ooit Geneveen, maak je in één, en wij checken aan de les. Maar het is zo, ik stik het jaar nou ik, en het mag zijn, zeer kieken mag, dat komt in de mee.
Good kick actually by Niall McLean, and considering he was kicking in against the breeze, dropping in just under the crossbar.
Een paraspark kierne, ik heb Armagh, agus Rico, ik leg hem aan. Agus goed nu meteen een paar laten maken. Maakt de gedas, dan ik heb several flashne. Hadro Sullivan, Rohafik, de Emmanuel Martin. Hadro zelf met snelle, dus zeker heeft hij rood en dan ik verder. Marchen, Serkik, dat was.
Two hops, Peter O'Sullivan found guilty and charged, and it's a free to Armagh.
Toch ik het tappen, die ik goed mag leren. Maar dat was een tooi die verhoeid. En het zal eens die het zesde en pen en weer goed tegen. Enig, a hopig, and player kick. An a hongrach dan de Brine. Sorge gedat, ik is Seamus McCown, nach wie Calais kente, ik is Seamus, er is een mooie Multoid. Agus Shahe, Barra Ohogoin, Barra Hooking Counter, Paul Cahar, the Privino Hogoin, Gas Lynch, Squill, Vihil, and Lorgan. Ovaun, the Prayer McLaren, Boatig, agus Shahe, Trio Blaine, ik Barra, ik immers Lemenuid Ardwacha. En Trio Blaine as a Kelige. Anna Erach, Stacha Jones, August, Pauline.
An inspirational score by Barry O'Hagan. That should certainly inspire Armagh into a higher gear.
August.
4-point advantage. It's a sweet kick by Barry O'Hagan because he hit it superbly right from a few metres in from the touchline. And a great point.
Paul McAnaisted, Taka hit in a board, the Hunt enemy. After hit, Ardwacha, in an unsee. Ora hit and son, good death. I guess Joseph McTighe, and Wiltamach, Harris of Devlin. I guess Sinead, Philip O'Div, in the hit, son boy. I guess Taka hit in a board, and Archfield, Paul McAnaisted. Rafaga Glotig, Seamus McCown and son. Yamano Saroin. Pastiga Paul McRoyne. In the week. Yermado Fee. Yermad is Olive. Yamano Saroin, reached. Wallagadi Barra O'Hogoin. Rothas Wickshoot. Agus Marshall kick Pevlin at Dordwacher. Liam a hoping counter. Gordon McLaren, agus the Fred Scullin all a B, with it again follow. With it for who is? Long pulley, Sean O'Brodick. McGilliveel. Lord McGilliveel, the Ergi Wollagri, Padder O'Sullivan. Padder, on a loop for a pad, agus for a Varus, the top again Padder. Agus chancing a Macanaisted. Macanaisted at the Lista. Agus Anna Pauline.
If any man is going to inspire me, it's going to be Peter O'Sullivan, because he's been doing it right throughout this campaign, and great vision again by O'Sullivan. Beautiful ball into Paul Nestor, who got himself into a very fine position. Just slipped at the wrong time, lost the initiative. Really should have been a goal, but he took his point well.
Fakta Gadasika, Camin de Hall. Nichi Buelterova Hegget. Sarah Henson again, Pivino Hogoin. Anna Wallenson again, Kenna O'Cantual. Padder O'Sullivan, a Korak and Son reached. The Yemano Martin. Anna Korak Lasara. Gahav Mahimra at Fad. McGillivray, legacy, in the Hibwig, legacy, oh, and son, the Ardwacha. Sure team for the Vaca Weston, Trevor O'Glashna, the Nicoga, Shahet Trevor. Ardwacha, Huston Kama, along the Huidi, Shahet Vaca Weston, Anna Eric Wickshoot, that's Dathun McKean, and Mesha Topic of Owen Paul. The head Dathun. Gerrit Sue, Neharahe. Agus Anna Plana, and Maka Joe Lord Poitke. Who's McLean, and never Miss Dane in it, number V and with. Bastigan Neville O'Dean. Ravaras, Gary Camin de Hall. Kick players, no here, you get Camin. Shahed Padder O'Sullivan, Anna Huntour had Padder Wallishdown. Cadar Lena Kitol, get a star higger Mahastig and Son, get that defeat him with each. Yemen off Aroin. Lagera, back to get Camille de Hall. Yermadio Fiagari, Polo Shanky, get a Shahe Pole. Reached Roada at the Live Clay.
A lot of chances being wasted by Meath, and it's the low ball into Peter O'Sullivan they should be employing, if at all possible. The high ball is not working. The Armagh defence very solid under the high ball.
Agus under the Elle is after the boy, the Ardvacha. Agus Neil McGillo in Imhe than boy, Yell Rowe, Agus Kieran or Raffertig, Pakahe in the boy.
Niall McLean obviously not satisfying the Armagh selectors from actual play, from free taking. He certainly was getting into the game. But Kieran Rafferty obviously hoping to employ a little bit more mobility, a little bit more forcefulness up there.
Agus Godain, we cookie in the Holini and Shahega Neil McGillo in or kicking the Sarah of what a horror stolen. Anach wahe a yemmer to get here with Fia. The staff could eat several blashne. Ach eerach toe, Sarah get that defeat him with each. Agus kick Pavline and son. Eerach the Pavini are going. Sarah ach kick Pavline. Agus Pavine Henig a hope again.
Meath unquestionably creating the space and the opportunities, but not taking them.
Shahe Polo Shantig, a long Ruhes Denta, Ruth Fembark get hole, Agus kick player and Baltison. They fly no ta Balla Ervenegen. Hold me hat in Efer of Ta. Then it's on Padro Sullivan, will pour Leisha, right? Oh, but Yal Roka will you hold up, goes to him. Shahe Polo Shanky. Armagh go down to Stegan Son to get Phoebe no hog going. Shahe Polo Reed. Reed Febro Blacksmith. Big save Line, the hunt in the meat. O Blacksmith di Pedro Sullivan. And Tarvi Gostre o Genevieve. A Macaris for the old Blacksmith. McGillowheel, without McGillowheel, it is Olive. Stefan for the other day, Macanais there, it's a whole body and the Sun against down defeat of it.
Fine save by Darren Whitmarsh, and Meath continue to exert the pressure.
Agus me, Neville O'Dean, is Stefan Joe Villaboide. Agus Pedro Sullivan, Nietzsche get, Tashi Mihavwig, Puntigo gets the Hood McLean. Agus Shinef Nahood, Harahai Gimmer Fidel, Dogma.
Great spirit being shown by Meath as they continue to put the pressure on. And Darren Whitmarsh was being tested to the full. Great work by Garrett Bell here. He had a little bit of support. And when the shot came in, Darren Whitmarsh did well.
Agus Erach, Yermada, Imihet, a Shafron. Mashin, Sikulini, Forest Boyd, Igard Vacha, Marvi, Iglehama. Agus Carol with a click in the Ritnikin.
Surprisingly enough, despite Armagh's better overall balance, they're still only 3 points in front of me on. Meath have every chance of pulling this one out of the fire.
Shahe, that's no McKean. Lawn to Sach. Agus. Pussant and Baltison. Here on o Raffertig a Yal Rochahammer Lawn to Sach inish. Agus that's no McKean Takahimach in a Nahat slot. Shahe for Hood McLean. Anna Erach to Steph and Son. Pretty Kieran O'Hartoin, agus Shahe Kieran, agus Scopige. Oh, she's getting the hall and again Phoebe no Hogoin. O Hogoin, pretty Paul McAnultig. That's no true team polite, agus the kick player, no hit again.
Wonderful interception there by Kevin O'Hagan, but it was really presented to him by the Meath player. Meath doing a detour rather than going a little bit more directly to goal.
I'r sgloide, sgoil fy hil yn lorgan e chifin. Agus bawn ran y ffyrst e siachdiag e bwytige. Nemi holo hanrachtig. Sy'n diantag yma hege. Thor Henson ag e bara o Shiradain. Agus blant ymach ge Seamus McTighe. Dyrst Hosan Toiri o'r dwachan, bynnag o Emlyn de Bratwn. Padar o Sullivan y diarag e stop. Sy'n diantag yma hege Padar. Agus bachtan eisiau ge Gerod Macgil o fwyl. O, drohi ar o'ch dod newid. Agus sioheb Paul McAnultig. Sean O'Brodick, the Fontaine of Meath. Martha Joe, Law Porske. Mark Liamonson, like I said, Eric Hameen de Hall, a council. Big player, the Hameen. Anna Liam and son, they get Gerard McGill of Wheel. Agus, Calais Diense and Road.
Just 13 minutes left now, and Meath really, they just keep taking their points piles of time, but seem to try to work it in a little bit too close.
Agus diana siad iarach yn ddarna a leidw. Ti Coolini astra a lahon hwydi. A charist yn Counton y mehe Siacharon. Marsin pwysig dod fach agus bhain o mynd i'r closgol, a sydd Ti Coolini yn cyn. Tydych mae'r fyddwr i gleham. Shahid Trevor o Glasna, Shantig a Trevor, agus Anna i'r achton. Trevor o Glasna, gyda eisiau mynd hysdach yn hwl. O'r hwl. Pwydych sy'r hwl, waith i si hi gyn y tro.
A wonderful goal by Trevor Giles, which totally fools Darren Whitmarsh. It was a dangerous lob, a nightmare for the goalkeeper, for all goalkeepers, including Darren Whitmarsh. It looked like it was going to drop, and Darren just fooled, deceived by the flight of it, and landed straight into the corner. Meath and Armagh level. It was a nightmare, really. Look at this, it just lobbed straight in.
Shahid bara o hogain agus so. Cwrdd cwysio cwrdd y ffeg a Cameen de Hall. Marsin the fordna i'r coharach agus on it.
This was the incident again. Cayman Hall making no effort whatsoever to play the ball, and unquestionably a booking offence, and good decision by the referee.
Agus ono di ele taka he board gig or vacha kira no moile taka he board agus iman o saroin imi hidden board. Marsin kira no moile imi hishtach de khoine agus iman o saroin imi hidden board. Big long toned agus an kitchen ana order fad. Pakta gedarte ge diarmido fie.
The spirit that Meath have, it's really unique. They have total belief in themselves, and they have ploughed their way through the Leinster and All-Ireland Championships with this spirit, and many times being outplayed, and yet they're probably playing a far better team, and here they're level with, 10 minutes to go, Micheál?
That team played Denomati Falker, the Fordne, and Koharak, Agus, Zakir Rod, Keleshivig, Ruhirosh, the Pole. Joseph McTighe agus it. Diarach dŵd torhe. Marsin. Pick Pevline. The Fontaine of Meath. Wat is dat Joe? Emel na Carnoige. Agus kick fair kick amach dá dwacha nóthe ag a sémas mac gaun. Agus onadí eile fós de techt ar a báid agus sinné Mícheál ó Saríle is dólam. Ach cór leis a chur a gcónaí ar Emlyn de Bratún.
This is the incident here again, a collision. It looks like with his colleague of his, and he kept going, but when he landed there, he seemed to pick up an injury in his knee. That's the left corner back, Emmeline Bratton. Just going back to the goal for a second, Mícheál, it must be said to Darren Whitmarsh's credit that he possibly was blinded by the sun when it came down, because a lot of players find that a little bit difficult, particularly when they're playing in Croke Park, and the sun very much into his eyes.
Agus sinné an sun, Emlyn de Bratún a gcónaí agus lechois. Mícheál ó Saríle take a hit a báid, grimise de chuntainamí agus Ciarán ó Hastáin is dólam imi hit an báid, agus inis Emlyn de Bratún a fágad na páisce. So máil agus ó Raffertig ag immert ag ard bhacha. Ní raibh an táil ag chuntainamí an sun. Mashin na fórne cóharach agus sehéan tanadaí an áit Emlyn de Bratún. Agus Andrew McCanna take ar a báid Emlyn de Bratún imithe. Mashin siúr anadathe ar a báid gnis ag ard bhacha. Agus sinné Emlyn de Bratún an tar a gortaíoch cór leis acharid ar a dé blíide. Sehéan tanadaí Andrew McCanna. Wel cymach ysdo, gwydyn dadlo póisce agus calais mianta ar bara ó hágáin. Ne bara agus é sínta siar ar eid agus ar a lehad.
Barry O'Hagan just seemed to, I think, turn awkwardly there as trying to get inside the Meath cover. But if Armagh are going to pull this one out of fire, it'll be people like Barry O'Hagan, Diarmaid Marsden and Des Mackin. And just combining there, in fact he got a belt there on the jaw from Trevor Giles, accidental more than anything else.
Ne bara ó chana gael agus is dólam go me sé ceart golóir. Cehar do chuidín agus seothe is ríú blianige ag immert le manúid ard bhacha. Mashin sérkick ard bhacha an Raisiad Chincín. Diarmaid Marsden, Colleen Anahafta.
Diarmaid Marsden puts it over the bar, and it puts Armagh back in the driving seat, much to the delight of the huge crowd. And certainly now Armagh with 6 minutes to go.
Agus loch tachaíocht a hí chunil agus do hard bhacha le chéile leistíir de chód na fanála.
It was a good free by Diarmaid, hit it splendidly and straight over the bar. Great boost to the confidence now.
Sin ámatí fáca agus seothe bara ó hágáin a bhí gosca ho chéana bhín. Léna citóig ar a haimach deftún ó macín. Rahé deftún inis, hafta go deaftaige. Ar anna láidid. Agus anna fat gurí Macanaltig isteach agus Colleen.
The best point of the match so far. They're beginning to rejoice in Armagh. This time Des Mackin made that score with a wonderful shoulder off Kenneth Cantwell. Now you don't mix with Des Mackin in Croke Park. And a great play by Paul McNulty, and took his point. Could well win in All-Ireland.
Chat ard bhacha ó Colleen Chincín. Chiste go head post score ó chéana bhí go gimmert the night na bíide. Ach níl a chuir ó láidir ar fad agus an fápin iseachtas le chéirin ámatí ghuiile.
Since Emmeline Bratton got injured, there seems to be a little bit more fire in Armagh's bellies at the moment, and showing a little bit more of their true potential.
Chat put in mór tíag ar a láidir agus iad imithe ó Colleen Chincín. Nuair a bháin a bhfuil le chéile sa chluiche cena sean an 9 chuige seach bhí an bhuaige chuntainamí an Baltasan Shead Armagh Hawken Tusig, Lahar the Huide, Townsend, Sara Hishtig, Emil Void in Sunday, Seamus McCown, Machkadi, Lord Parske, Agus Armagh, Down Tochtach, Wittifer, with the Polmach and Ultig. The Predator of Arasag, Shahid, Funtanami, Ara Oshiradain, Lenakitoig. Agus Padra Sullivan, Harana Fontour, Back the step, Agus Baltasar Roada,
Well, I think Peter O'Sullivan will regret that because he had the space in front of him and should have carried on, but decided to go for the point from way out. Possibly just didn't have the legs to keep going, and he was a bit optimistic.
Mashin and Jarna Kiana after Agoni. After the Mahig, Bara Oho going. The fair kick, Dodbacher. Bara Heenig, a booking counter. Sino met die focus op Lohinish. Wil ze sterk gedachtige, die Kieran or Affertig. Gehek Kieran. Zo team van de geveerd voor de Gohege. Gohege gedachtig stigig. Joseph McPike. Padro Sullivan, against Omar Dean. Ach, Shahid Verhoed, McLeam. McLeam en Macha Joe, Lord de Kortje. Lord Wacha, de Zede Dienach de Mahinish, de Brombetie, Gavnachon. Walker, agus Walkolín in the phone. So he Bara O'Hogain. Winter Ogadat. Pastige Kamin de Hall. McLean had 4 half to finish. Agus in Didi, het William Lake Count skriven. Kamin de Hall. Jerge voor die Padro Sullivan, Shahid Padder. En de Kenny Sarah Baltasar. Met Gadat. Dat maar voor Chef Omar Kinder. Padder de Colin. Lene Ketoge. Oh.
Well, that was another wasted opportunity by the Meath captain because he had players available to his right as such and decided to go it alone. And there's one Meath player in vision totally unmarked. A bad miss really for Meath.
Agus Meath yn yr awnodi, rohostel y shin. Counson en Mach Harris de Evline, agus Dishelle de Hunt in the Mean. Can op Cantool. Sarah Higadat to get Pivino Hogoin, and have week. Shahit Yamano Martin. Macbidi Pivin. Hogoin, and Macajo, Lord the Portkin. And Long Pulley tapped them up. And have week. Like a Shahid, Datuno Martin. Juliana Girach now they did get Sean O'Brodick. Polo Shankig, en die had ik liegen aan de macht, Calais speelt het goal. Trevor ook lastig als de Boetje Trevor en Baltasson. Ik heb Bara Ohogoin. Bara Oshiradain. Jullie heel het groen zijn ermee is. Je hebt Jerk Dollar in ons zie. Sarah is Dickinson. Andrew McCanna. Prachtige dat, ik hier met Macavustin. En een lood in het pad. Calais speelt er hier met. Agus kan aan de hoogte van het pad. Dat wachten, maar voor dynamiet heeft het immer mee.
That's a good play by Diarmaid Morrison because when the break came, the best thing now is to hold on to possession and run and run and run. And Meath having to foul. And under pressure when you're just about, well, we've reached full time by our stopwatch and trailing by 2 points.
Kan een jou is Wocheli als Wachenis en nog even meer. Als je het Rocholien van Kien. Agus bedid a Sule en een Padla Kroyev nedig dag de nee. En die in de menuid bokken gaan. Agus een is een nedig nog het doel. Als je het Rocholien van Kien en komt in de mien. Bara Ohogoin is jo immel de kaart nooit. Sarah Higadat agus Wantamach gyda yn ddefnach an bord. Beidir yn disturb na chadis da chwnt enemy. Bachta Gadapson again, Yemen O'Martin, a step Gadi, the Hollow Handachtik, Gadi, Barrow Hogoin, Poimer Kiato, Wahali Ardbacher, O'Hogoin, Adwola, Gadi, Hollow Handachtik, Harrigadap. Agus nómat de push, Denomat if he hit Emmer me hit, several flashed in Lena Oran, Aharish gave him move, Bachta Yemen O'Martin, and Winter again, on the Agus the fair kick, no here, and son, again, on the Hollow Parry. Several flashing, Big Dowid. Oh, flashing it, Joe, the shot the goal! Oh, the goal, the son! Agus the front enemy, Hollow Parry, and Michael Keane.
What spirit in the county of Meath. Michael Farrelly, the scorer. And I must say, I thought some Meath players, their heads were down, but tremendous determination. Will win the All-Ireland minor football title for Meath, possibly. Can Armagh respond? The ball coming into Farrelly. Armagh back slipped and he banged it home.
Well, Shref, did the meanish, there's no big out, Bacha cleaner on the chance of the Hahad of Wuhak, near Deadliship to his goal, Shahid Rahul McLean, and a wall and son of a Shemus McGowan. McGowan, the hunt enemy. Rahul McLean will name it, it is a well dog Bacha. Yerach Sood Sarahe, Agus third kick, dog Bacha. Agus finish, one on with Diego, they hit Willie Emmer Mehe, Rahul McLean, German McAbushkin. Oh, a pass over, they have one move. On multi, they can't get away to do it. Action here, there's what opposed the quarter. Barra O'Hogoin, Barger will off for him again. Oh, Rafferty, against Chat, kick, pull weather against the hat. Count 4
An incredible finish to this minor All-Ireland. It promised to be a thriller, but they spared it all for the last 4 minutes. We have now got 33 minutes and 17 seconds played in the second half, and I think Seamus Pryor is telling the Armagh man that he has to score direct. If Armagh are going to at least draw this match, he has to drop it in over the crossbar.
Agus decad goma, mar hashi shoot, nis congri on Glihorn, and might na be here team play. Hug vedder is vehe, is Stefan Devlin and so.
Remember, Michal, he's playing against the breeze. A 45 against the breeze for Armagh to level the match in injury time.
Barra O'Hogoin, Colleen Hoin, I'm sure he could again. Take a soft lead or hook shall reave on the hill. Will the step again? After Bishi, Father Dohan, a stuck in his father, what she father, Todd Garrett left on enemy.
Devastation for Armagh. An incredible performance by Meath, because they were outplayed by a better balanced outfit. But tremendous spirit, tremendous determination. And this Meath team, because I saw them right throughout the Leinster Championship, they have improved with every match. And Derry Hunt there played his part, as did Michael Farrelly, because at times it looked as if Armagh were strolling. But Meath, they're a credit to their county, and they're an example for everybody else.
Agus Dimon down at and winter or Vacha can I have not.
And like about 3 or 4 points ahead of us with about 10 minutes to go, but we kept looking away. It was like the Western match, and we just have to keep it going.
Now, you personally have had a great year. I'd say you're a proud young man today.
I am, yeah. It was great. I didn't do that great today, but like we won, and that's the main thing.
What about Michael Farrelly's goal?
Oh yeah, brilliant, yeah.
Now, Michael Farrelly, just let's talk to you. You'll be the most talked about player, I'm sure, in Meath for a long time. Peter won't mind me saying that. Tell us about the goal.
I'll tell you the truth, Jim was very lucky, because the ball came in, and the guy, number 7, he's very unlucky, he slipped. That's the only reason he got the ball, and it's just a matter of close the eyes and hit it, really.
Kept your head beautifully. Well done, well scored.
Thanks very much, Jim.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I gather has that interview for us right now.
Michael Carruth and Wayne McCullough. Michael, I know you're a great football